Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah.
Amazing Islam.
It's an Aouun Digital Media presents.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin ya rabbal alameen. Supriyo darshok and Srota Mondoli in Bangladesh, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam from all around the globe. Today we are we just passed Ramadan 10 and we are going to pray Taraweeh for Ramadan 11. Today it is a schedule to get to know about the summary of Juz-10, inshallah ta'ala, biznillah. Before I start, I want to make sure that everything works perfectly, and can we share this program so other people can watch it, inshallah ta'ala. If you can just share it with your brothers and sisters, inshallah they will be able to watch it. So please make sure you share it. Let's see. Also, I wanted to make sure I want to share it too. So if you have share button and if you can make a copy from there, or just share the button, hit the button, that will share to your brothers and sisters, inshallah ta'ala. All right, so I'm going to share with another group. Give me 1 second, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So if you have Musaf or Quran copy, and if you can open it, Juz-10, that would be great. If not, just all right, so please share it if you can, and let's listen what Allah Subhanahu O'tala says in this beautiful book. What is the message for us in this Juz-10? Passages 41 to 75 of Juz-10 starts off talking about the rules of distribution of war spoils, and then the reference to the Battle of Badr from 42 onwards. While in battle, for verse 45 to 47 list the specific instruction given to the Muslims to ensure their victory. Be firm, remember Allah, be obedient to Allah and His Messenger. Avoid conflict, be patient in times of adversity, and keep away from the pride and showing off. That was the message in that verse, reminding the Prophet that despite the large numbers of the enemy, Allah Subhanahu O'tala is sufficient for him and the believers. Verse 65 instructs the Prophet to urge the believers to continue to fight in the path of Allah Subhanahu O'tala. The rest of Anfal talks about the rulings related to the POWs, and rounds of the surah with emphasizing the qualities that gave success to the companions in verse 75, starting off with their iman, They're migrating from Mecca to Medina, sacrificing anything and everything for the sake of their faith, their fight in the path of Allah Subhanahu O'tala, and finally the help, the nusra, the victory that they they provide, that provided to each other, represented in the beautiful relationship and brotherhood of the Ansar and Muhajirun. And then next passage, which is 1 to 37 of Surah Tawbah. We are in Surah Tawbah, with announcing the immediate or eventual termination of all treaties with the idol worshippers idol worshippers, to bring an end to the very concept of having such treaties between Muslim and them. Give me 1 second so I can move something from here, inshallah. All right, so and then from there, ayah 17 prohibits the idol worshipper from being the caretaker of Kaaba or performing ibadah there. Reason to read the Kaaba and its surrounding areas for idol worship. Continuing to outline the relationship between Muslims and other communities. Verse 29 mentions the mandate of jizya, of the people of the book, talking us the actually the jizya on the people of the book, that taking us to the end of this passage, which is verse 36 and 37, that talks about the corrupt practice of the mushrik to um, postpone their scared month in order to serve their interest. The last passage in this Juz is devoted to exposition the hypocrite, the munafiq, in the background of the book in the ninth year of Hijrah, describing his attitude whenever he was called to fight or spend in the path of Islam. What he said and did, how he schemed, and all his flimsy excuses which he tried to justify in order to stay behind at the time of expedition. The passage also highlights his attempts to hurt and insult the Prophet by accusing him and the matter of the distribution of zakah. Here is where Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala mentions the 8 categories that are able to receive zakah in verse 60. How he continues to take false oath by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in verse 62, and then surah warning him with the sad and of the people of past communities in verse 69 and verse 70. This then takes us to the most turned ayah in the Quran regarding the hypocrite in verse 80, where Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is prohibited from making dua for forgiveness for him, leading us to the last 3 ayah in this Juz revealed in relationship to the hypocrite of the book. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says in 91 verse 91, the only ones who are permitted to stay back are the weak and the sick, the ones who lack of financial means to support the companion or the means to go alone. The plane is all only on the ones who present false excuse, then they are fully able to go and have no reason to stay, no reason for staying behind, which is verse 93. Dear brothers and sisters, that was the summary of Juz-10. Inshallah ta'ala, I hope it will help you to get the summary and understand in a short period of time what is inside this juice. As I said all time, as I mention all the time, that you can go to open any tafsir and read it more to get more knowledge, so you can really, you know, learn the book of Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and implement in your life, in your daily life. You can educate your family, your children, and surrounding all people around you, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah give you the tawfiq to understand this book and implement the lesson in our life. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you tomorrow.